Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 are setting a blistering pace at the front, with Wayne Train 94 and the unknown Cypher right on their tail. Whacked and Super LaCroix are not far behind in third place, making this a tight battle for the top spot. Thank you so much, neighbor_1, for the subscription. Your support means the world to me and helps keep this stream running smoothly. Let's enjoy these intense AI race car battles together. Okayaki 3, Alajukes 007, Wayne Train 94, and the unknown Cypher are all fighting for the top spot. Nolgas 77 has made a move to third place, surpassing Whacked and Super LaCroix. Nolgas 77 is in a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, while Whacked and Super LaCroix are battling it out in a Ferrari P45. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick have made a move up to P14, successfully passing Sidrek and Tornavi. The battle for P14 is intensifying between Gary Z and ILSB Patrick in AW Motors Lycan Hypersport and Sidrek and Tornavi in a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Meanwhile, Jump 073, Lil Brunnen, One Serious Guy, and Kyronax are fighting it out for P17. Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen are driving a Jimbola Mirage GT, while One Serious Guy and Kyronax are in a Koenigsegg Adra RS. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are making moves, climbing to 17th place after overtaking Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. The battle intensifies between Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 and Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen for 18th place. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 are in an SSC Ultimate Aero TT, while Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen are in a Jimbola Mirage GT. Hugert 03 and Mukumbakum have advanced to the 5th position, overtaking 801792 and Jared Mode 37 in a swift move. Edelbach and Laserluxt in a tight fight with One Serious Guy and Kyronax for the 16th spot. It's Lamborghini Aventador SVJ vs Koenigsegg Adra RS. Let's see who comes out on top in this battle of supercars. One Serious Guy and Kyronax making some solid moves up to 16th place, passing Edelbach and Laserluxt. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 also climbing up to 18th, overtaking Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen. Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen are now dueling it out with Irefale from Team Blast for the 19th spot. Exciting battles happening in the mid-pack. Amin-san from Team NAFH Gum Kings has advanced to the 10th position, successfully overtaking both Kamikaze 38 and Surayanbot in a smooth maneuver. Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 are setting the pace at the front, followed closely by Wayne Train 94 and the unknown Cypher, while Whacked and Super LaCroix are not far behind in this intense race. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are now in 15th place after overtaking Sidrek and Tornavi. Irefale has advanced to 19th place, passing Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen. Irefale in the McLaren 720S is in a tight battle with Jump 073 and Lil Brunnen, both driving the Jimbola Mirage GT for the 19th position. Babardo and Karikiri in the Baton Mantide are fiercely contesting P24 against Neighbor and Kamado 3K in the Sparnia GTA Spano. The battle for position 24 is heating up. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are now in 14th place after overtaking Gary Z and ILSB Patrick. Neighbor and Komodo 3K have climbed to 24th, passing Babardo and Karakairi. Neighbor and Komodo 3K with the Sparnier GTA Spano are fiercely competing with Babardo and Karakairi in the Baton Man tied for the 24th position. Welcome back, MBG 2129. Buckle up and enjoy the race car action with us. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are making significant progress, closing in on Zygo 22 and Meyer by 2.2 seconds. Bucha0 and Hornets 1231 have surged to P20, surpassing Jump 073 and Lil Brunham. Rady Zero, Activixen and Suzanne Greenberg have advanced to P22, overtaking Neighbor and Komodo 3K. The race dynamics are rapidly changing as positions shift. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are steadily closing in on Zygo 22 and Meyer, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. One Serious Guy and Kyronax have climbed to the 13th position, passing Zygo 22 and Meyer in a swift move. Rady Zero, Activixen, Suzanne Greenberg, Neighbor, and Komodo 3K are fiercely competing for the 22nd spot, with Rady Zero, Activixen and Suzanne Greenberg in a Ferrari F430 Scuderia and Neighbor and Komodo 3K in a Sparnier GTA Spano. Good night, everyone. Sleep well and see you next time on the track. Remember, dreams of racing cars make for exciting dreams. Edelbach and Laserloxt have made a swift move up to 17th place, surpassing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 in the process. Kamikaze 38 and Sir Ironbot are fiercely contesting for the 12th position in their Ferrari 812 Superfast, while One Serious Guy and Kyronax are holding their ground with a Koenigsegg Adria RS. It's a thrilling battle unfolding in the middle of the pack. Neighbor and Komodo 3K have advanced to P21, passing Jump 073 and Lil Brunham. Babardo and Karakairi have climbed to P23, surpassing Rizaldi Adar and Amy. Rizaldi Adar and Amy have progressed to P24, overtaking Rady Zero, Activixen and Suzanne Greenberg. Kamikaze 38 and Sir Ironbot are fiercely battling it out with One Serious Guy and Kyronax for the 12th position. It's a Ferrari 812 Superfast versus Koenigsegg Adria RS showdown in this exciting race. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are on the move, advancing to 12th place by overtaking Kamikaze 38 and Sir Ironbot. The Koenigsegg Adria RS is proving its worth against the Ferrari 812 Superfast in this battle for 12th position. Babardo, Karakairi, Rizaldi Adar, and Amy are currently engaged in a tight battle for the 23rd position. Babardo and Karikairi are piloting a Baton Mantide, while Rosaldi Adar and Amy are handling a Zenvo ST1. The competition for that spot is heating up as they navigate through the track. Whacked and Super LaCroix are making a strong push, catching up to Wayne Train 94 and the N9 Cypher by closing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Amin San is making moves, climbing up to the 7th position by overtaking Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are steadily catching up to Smurf 20 and Twix 560, reducing the distance between them by 3.9 units. Kamikaze 38 and Sarayan Bot have advanced to P11, surpassing Zygote 22 and Meyer. Zygote 22 and Meyer have climbed to P12, overtaking Gary Z and Ilsp Patrick. Gary Z and Ilsp Patrick are now in P13, passing Sidrek and Tornavi. Nolgas 77 is now trailing Hugard 03 and Mukambakum, closing in by 3.1 units. Bucha 0 and Hornets 1231 have advanced to P18, surpassing Smurf 20 and Twix 560. Babardo and Karikairi have progressed to P22, overtaking Neighbor and Komodo 3K. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are making impressive strides, catching up to Neighbor and Komodo 3K by reducing the gap by 9.1 seconds. Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit are now in 6th place after overtaking Amin San. The pressure is on as Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg continue to close in on Neighbor and Komodo 3K, narrowing the gap by 9.1 seconds. AT1792 and Jared Mode 37 have slipped down the field, now down 8 places to P18. Hugard 03 and Mukambakum have made a strong move to P3, bypassing Whacked and Super LaCroix. Kamikaze 38 and Sarayan Bot are making gains as well, now in P10 after overtaking Zygote 22 and Meyer. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are making a strong move, closing the gap on AT1792 and Jared Mode 37 by 40.0 units. Whacked and Super LaCroix have surged to P3, passing Hugard 03 and Mukambakum. Nolgas 77 is also edging closer to Hugard 03 and Mukambakum, reducing the distance by 2.5 units. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick in the W Motors Lycan Hypersport are putting up a tough fight against Sidrek and Tornavi in the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ as they battle for 12th place. It's a close competition that could go either way. At One Serious Guy sounds like a lot of strategy and unpredictability going on with the different cars out there. Good luck with your race and pit stops, may the fastest car win. Bucha 0 and Hornets 1231 in a rough RT12 are neck and neck with AT1792 and Jared Mode 37 in a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento for P17. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are making gains, reducing the distance to AT1792 and Jared Mode 37 by 2.3 seconds. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 make a move up to P14, surpassing Edelbach and Laserluxt in an intense battle. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 are in the SSC Ultimate Aero TT, while Edelbach and Laserluxt are in the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Hugard 03 and Newcombotham advanced to second place, surpassing Wecht and Super LaCroix. Meanwhile, Wecht and Super LaCroix climbed to third, overtaking Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. The quartet of 801792, Jared Moog 37, Smurf 20, and Twix 560 fiercely contest the 18th spot. 801792 and Jared Moog 37 pilot a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, while Smurf 20 and Twix 560 handle a Ferrari P45. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 have advanced to 18th place, surpassing 801792 and Jared Moog 37. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are catching up to Rady Zero Actifixen and Suzanne Greenberg, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 have climbed to 17th place, successfully passing Bucci Zero and Hornets 1231. The Ferrari P45 is showcasing some impressive moves in this battle for position. Bucci Zero and Hornets 1231 have advanced to 17th place, passing Smurf 20 and Twix 560 in the process. Rafael has been making some impressive moves as they close in on Edelbach and Laserluxt, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. The competition is heating up as we see some strategic driving happening on the track. Bucci Zero in the rough RT12 are as fiercely contesting with Hornets 1231 for the 17th position. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 and Twix 560 in the Ferrari P45 are also right in the mix, creating an exciting multi-car battle for that spot. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 climb to 17th place, passing Bucci Zero and Hornets 1231. The Ferrari P45 duo is in a heated tussle with Bucci Zero and Hornets 1231. Keep an eye on this battle for the 17th position. Hugard 03 and Newcombotham are catching up to Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007, reducing the difference by 2.1 seconds. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick making moves up to 11th place, overtaking Zygo 22 and Meyer in a bold maneuver. Edelbach and Laserluxt are fiercely competing for the 15th position, both in powerful supercars. It's a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ versus a McLaren 720S showdown on the track. Hugard 03 and Newcombotham are catching up to Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007, reducing the gap by 2.3. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are closing in on Rafael, lessening the distance by 2.4. Sidrak and Tournevis have impressively climbed to 12th place, surpassing Zygo 22 and Meyer in the process. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 have advanced to 13th place, surpassing Zygo 22 and Meyer in the race standings. 1792 and Jared Mode 37 make a strong move up to P18, passing Zygo 22 and Meyer in the process. Nolgas 77, Hot Wheels Skid 01, and Nigbit are fiercely fighting for the 5th position. Meanwhile, One Serious Guy and Kyronax have made impressive moves, advancing to 7th place by overtaking Amin-san. One Serious Guy and Kyronax make a strong move up to P6, passing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 climb to P15, overtaking IRFAL. A tight battle for P15 ensues between Smurf 20 and Twix 560 in a Ferrari P45 and IRFAL in a McLaren 720S. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making a strong push, narrowing the gap to Zygo 22 and Meyer by 47.3 units. Nolgas 77 is now in P5 after passing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit have advanced to P6 by overtaking One Serious Guy and Kyronax. One Serious Guy and Kyronax have advanced to the 6th position, surpassing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit. The 4 drivers are currently vying for the 6th spot. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 have climbed to the 14th position, overtaking Edelbach and Laserloxt. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are now in 6th place after passing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit. Zygo 22 and Meyer have advanced to 21st position, overtaking Rizaldi Adar and Amy. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making moves up to P22, passing Jump 073 and Lil Brunham in the process. Jump 073 and Lil Brunham are not backing down, advancing to P23, overtaking Rizaldi Adar and Amy in the standings. Whacked and Super LaCroix are making some serious moves, narrowing the gap to Hugert 03 and Newcombocken by 2.3. Edelbach and Laserloxt are now in 13th place, surpassing IRFAL. IRFAL has climbed to 14th place, overtaking 1792 and Jared Mode 37. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are charging ahead, closing in on Rizaldi Adar and Amy by 43.3 units. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit have made a move to claim the 6th position, overtaking Amin-san. Kamikaze 38 and Sir Ironbot have also climbed the ranks to take the 9th spot, passing One Serious Guy and Kyronax. Edelbach and Laserloxt are making a strong push, closing in on One Serious Guy and Kyronax by 15.7. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 are also on the move, narrowing the gap to Smurf 20 and Twix 560 by 22.8. Whacked and Super LaCroix are showing impressive speed, gaining on Hugert 03 and Newcombocken by 3.3. IRFAL advances to position 13, passing 1792 and Jared Mode 37. 1792 and Jared Mode 37 climb to 14th place, overtaking One Serious Guy and Kyronax. Rizaldi Adar and Amy move up to 22nd place, overtaking Neighbor and Komodo 3K. 1792 and Jared Mode 37 have advanced to 13th place, surpassing IRFAL in the rankings. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nigbit are fiercely contesting the 6th position with Amin-san. They're piloting a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento and a Ferrari P45, respectively. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are making gains on John 073 and Lil Brunham, reducing the distance by 4.2 seconds. Babardo and Karikiri are making moves, catching up to 80-17-92 and Jared Mode 37, reducing the gap by 7.5 seconds. One Serious Guy and Kyronax have climbed to P14, passing Bucci Zero and Hornets 1231. Conversely, Bucci Zero and Hornets 1231 have advanced to P15, overtaking 80-17-92 and Jared Mode 37. Nolgas 77 is catching up to Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 2.1. Zygote 22 and Meyer have advanced to P16, surpassing Smurf 20 and Twix 560. Meanwhile, Smurf 20 and Twix 560 have climbed to P17, overtaking 80-17-92 and Jared Mode 37. Welcome back, Luke_runs. Great to have you here with us again for some AI race car action. Racing car has checkered flag. Nolgas 77 is making a strong move, closing in on Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher by 2.7 seconds. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are on the rise, now at P13 after passing Irevale from Team Blast. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are quickly catching up to Zygote 22 and Meyer, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. One Serious Guy and Kyronax have made a strong move, advancing to 13th place, surpassing Irevale in the process. Whacked and Super LaCroix now at P2 after a smooth overtake on Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher quickly rise to P3, surpassing Hugert 03 and Newcomb Buckham. Tight battle for P3 between Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher and Hugert 03 and Newcomb Buckham unfolding. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit now in 4th place after overtaking Amin Sam. Kamikaze 38 and Sir Iron Buff climb to 7th, passing Nolgas 77. Babardo and Karikiri make a strong move to 14th, surpassing Zygote 22 and Meyer. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick making moves up to 8th place, passing Sidrek and Tornavi. Sidrek and Tornavi now in 9th after overtaking Hugert 03 and Newcomb Buckham. Zygote 22 and Meyer are inching closer to Babardo and Karikiri, reducing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Whacked and Super LaCroix have taken the lead, passing Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher are now in 2nd place, advancing past Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit have moved into 3rd place, overtaking Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit are gaining on Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 2.1. Sidrek and Tornavi have advanced to P8, overtaking Gary Z and Ilst Patrick. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are closing in on Zygote 22 and Meyer, narrowing the gap by 2.2. Sidrack and Tornavi are catching up to Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007, narrowing the gap by 3.0. Hugard 03 and Mukumbakum have advanced to P8, passing Nolgas 77 who now sits in P9, overtaking Edelbach and Laserloxt. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 have advanced to the 15th position, surpassing both Zygo 22 and Meyer in this exciting turn of events. Babardo and Karikairi are making a strong comeback, closing in on Gary Z and Ilst Patrick by 43.5 units. Aminsant charges to P3, overtaking Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007. Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 advance to P4, passing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit. Hugard 03 and Mukumbakum now in P5 after passing Nolgas 77. Nolgas 77 took P6, surpassing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit. One Serious Guy and Kyranax are catching up to Edelbach and Laserloxt, reducing the gap by 3.9 seconds. Hugard 03 and Mukumbakum are making gains on Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007, reducing the gap by 3.4. One Serious Guy and Kyranax are catching up to Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit, cutting the distance by 2.3. Edelbach, Laserloxt, Sidrack, and Tornavi are fiercely contending for the 11th position. Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 advance to 3rd place, surpassing Hugard 03 and Mukumbakum. Hugard 03, Mukumbakum, and Aminsan are locked in a fierce battle for the 4th position. Nolgas 77 advances to 5th place, passing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit. Meanwhile, Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit now hold 6th place, surpassing One Serious Guy and Kyranax. One Serious Guy and Kyranax have shifted to 7th place, overtaking Aminsan. Har, it does sound like a Koenigsegg. Racing conversations are always fun, gotta love the banter in chat. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are making moves as they chase down Aminsan, tightening the gap by 4.9. Edelbach and Laserloxt are making a strong move up to P16, leaving Zygo 22 and Meyer behind. The battle for P16 is heating up between these four drivers, with Edelbach and Laserloxt in a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ and Zygo 22 and Meyer in a Chevrolet Corvette C7 GS. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit in the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento are closely followed by One Serious Guy and Kyranax in the Koenigsegg Agera RS, battling it out for 6th place. Rafael from Team Blast has surged up to 18th position, passing Bucha Zero and Hornets 1231. Meanwhile, Bucha Zero and Hornets 1231 have advanced to 19th place, surpassing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 in the standings. It's always exciting watching those cars unleash their speed on the straight. The Koenigsegg and Bugatti sure do know how to dominate the speed game. Rizaldi Adar and Amy are making significant gains, catching up to Babardo and Karikairi by 46.6. Kamikaze 38 and Sarayan Bot are also closing in on Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nidbit by 3.0. 801792 and Jared Mode 37 have climbed to 13th place, overtaking Smurf 20 and Twix 560. Bucha Zero and Hornets 1231 are making a strong move, catching up to Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 by 35.7. Meanwhile, 1792 and Jared Mode 37 are closing in on Sidrack and Tornavi by 2.4. A sudden twist as Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 climb to P18, passing Bucha 0 and Hornets 1231. Babardo and Karikairi are swiftly closing in on Smurf 20 and Twix 560, reducing the gap by 45.5 units. AT 1792 and Jared Mode 37 are making significant progress, cutting the distance to Sidrack and Tornavi by 2.1 units. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are also on the move, closing in on Bucha 0 and Hornets 1231 with a 2.1 gap reduction. AT 1792 and Jared Mode 37 are making a move on Sidrack and Tornavi, reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. Rady Zero, Activixen and Suzanne Greenberg are making significant progress, closing the gap on John 073 and Lil Brunham by 5.6 seconds. Meanwhile, AT 1792 and Jared Mode 37 have made an impressive move to 12th place, surpassing Sidrack and Tornavi. The battle intensifies between AT 1792 and Jared Mode 37 in a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento against Sidrack and Tornavi in a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ for that 12th position. Hey everyone! It's so exciting watching the intense battles on the track. Checkered flag, let's see who comes out on top in this strategic race. John 073 and Lil Brunham are on a roll, closing in on Neighbor and Komodo 3K by 43.4. Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher now lead the pack, surpassing Wagged and Super LaCroix. Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 are also making gains on Wagged and Super LaCroix, cutting the distance by 2.6. Nolgas 77 is making a significant move, closing in on Wagged and Super LaCroix by 47.7 units. Additionally, Edelbach and Laserloxt have advanced to the 13th position after overtaking Zygote 22 and Meyer. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 advanced to P16, passing Bucha 0 and Hornets 1231. Bucha 0 and Hornets 1231 climb to P17, overtaking Smurf 20 and Twix 560. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 move up to P18, surpassing AT 1792 and Jared Mode 37. Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 are now leading the race, surpassing Hubert 03 and Newcombakum, who have moved up to 2nd place, overtaking Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. Nolgas 77 is making a strong push towards Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 5.8 seconds. Wagged and Super LaCroix have surged to 3rd place after overtaking Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. The competition is heating up as Nolgas 77 continues to close in on the leaders. Bucha0 and Hornets 1231 are making significant progress, catching up to Smurf 20 and Twix 560 by 9.5 units. Norgas 77 advances to P4 after passing Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 climb to P15, surpassing Smurf 20 and Twix 560 in the process. Babardo and Karikairi are making a significant move, closing the gap by a whopping 46.0 seconds on Zygote 22 and Meyer. The race is heating up as they continue to chase down the leaders. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are making gains on Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are also catching up to Isolde Adar and Amy, closing in by 2.1 seconds. Norgas 77 is making a move, closing in on Wiped and Super LaCroix, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Norgas 77 is making moves, getting closer to Wiped and Super LaCroix by reducing the gap by 3.4 seconds. Edelbach and Laserloxt are making a move, catching up to Sidrek and Tournevis by reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making a move, narrowing the distance to Isolde Adar and Amy by 2.0 seconds. One Serious Guy and Kyronax have made a strong move up to 5th place, surpassing Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher. They are now engaged in a tight battle for that position. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making gains on Isolde Adar and Amy, reducing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher have advanced to 5th place, surpassing One Serious Guy and Kyronax in the process. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making gains, closing in on Isolde Adar and Amy by reducing the gap by 2.6 seconds. John 073 and Lil Brunum are swiftly catching up to Neighbor and Komodo 3K, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher in their Ferrari P45 are fiercely competing against One Serious Guy and Kyronax in their Koenigsegg Adra RS for the 5th position. It's a tight battle with each team pushing hard to gain an advantage. Keep an eye on this intense duel as the race progresses. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are making moves, advancing to P5 as they overtake Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are now in 22nd place after passing John 073 and Lil Brunum. Jump 073 and Lil Brunham have advanced to 23rd place, overtaking Rizaldi Adar and Amy. Rizaldi Adar and Amy are showing impressive speed, closing in on Jump 073 and Lil Brunham with a significant 20.3 second reduction in the gap. Gas 77 in the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento is closely contesting P4 with one serious guy and Kyronax in the Koenigsegg Agera RS. It's a thrilling battle for position as they navigate the track. Bucha Zero and Hornets 1231 have advanced to 15th place, surpassing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. Meanwhile, Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 are fiercely contesting with Smurf 20 and Twix 560 for the 16th position. It's an intense battle between the SSC Ultimate Aero TT and the Ferrari P45. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are making a strong move, catching up to Rizaldi Adar and Amy by reducing the gap by 45.4 seconds. Zygote 22 and Meyer are climbing up the ranks to P18, successfully passing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. The chase is on with Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg steadily closing in on Rizaldi Adar and Amy. Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher now in 5th place, passing one serious guy and Kyronax. Babardo and Kerry Kyrie advanced to 19th place, overtaking Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher have surged to 4th place, surpassing Gas 77 in a fierce battle. Wayne Train 94 and the Unman Cypher are piloting a Ferrari P45, while Gas 77 is steering a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Meanwhile, Amin San has advanced to 9th place, overtaking one serious guy and Kyronax in the process. Rizaldi Adar and Amy have made a strong move up to 23rd place, successfully overtaking Jump 073 and Lil Brunham in the process. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are on the move, catching up to one serious guy and Kyronax, reducing the gap by 4.7 seconds. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are gaining on one serious guy and Kyronax, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Okayaki 3, Alajuk 007, Hugert 03, and Newcombotham are fighting for the top spot. Meanwhile, Zygo 22 and Meyer are gaining on 801792 and Jarrett Mode 37, decreasing the distance by 2.4 seconds. Rizaldi Adar and Amy have advanced to the 22nd position, surpassing Neighbor and Komodo 3K in a swift overtaking maneuver. Hot Wheels Good 01 and Nidbit continue to close in on Gas 77, reducing the gap by 2.7 seconds. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 are also gaining ground on Babardo and Kerikiri, now just 2.8 seconds behind. It's heating up out there. Bucci0 and Hornets 1231 have advanced to 15th place, surpassing 801792 and Jared Mode 37. 801792 and Jared Mode 37 now hold 16th place, overtaking Zygo 22 and Meyer. John 073 and Lil Brunham have climbed to 23rd place, passing Neighbor and Komodo 3K. Nolgas 77 is closing in on Wayne Train 94 and the Unnamed Cypher by 2.1 seconds. Babardo and Kerry Kyrie have advanced to P18, passing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are making moves, catching up to One Serious Guy and Kyronax by 2.1 seconds. Over in the battle for 15th place, Bucci0 and Hornets 1231 in a rough RT12 are up against 801792 and Jared Mode 37 in a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. Meanwhile, Zygo 22 and Meyer are closing in on 801792 and Jared Mode 37, reducing the gap by 3.7 seconds. Babardo and Kerry Kyrie are making gains on 801792 and Jared Mode 37, reducing the gap by 5.0 seconds. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are also closing in on Neighbor and Komodo 3K, shrinking the distance by 85.1 seconds. Exciting developments on the track as Babardo and Kerry Kyrie continue to reel in 801792 and Jared Mode 37, once again narrowing the gap by 5.0 seconds. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 are making moves, now sitting at P17 after overtaking Bucci0 and Hornets 1231. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are gaining on Neighbor and Komodo 3K, closing the gap by 2.5 seconds. Wayne Train 94 and the Unnamed Cypher are making strides, catching up to Wagged and Super LaCroix by 2.3 seconds. Meanwhile, 801792 and Jared Mode 37 are also on the move, closing in on Bucci0 and Hornets 1231 by 2.5 seconds. The race is heating up with these tight battles for position. Rafael is catching up to Edelbach and Laserlokst, reducing the gap by 2.4 units. Similarly, 801792 and Jared Mode 37 are gaining on Bucci0 and Hornets 1231, shrinking the difference by 2.1. Wagged and Super LaCroix have shown some impressive moves, snatching the second position from Hugert 03 and Mukenbakum. The battle for the second spot between these two pairs is heating up. Wayne Train 94 and the Unnamed Cypher are making solid progress, reducing the gap to Hugert 03 and Mukenbakum by 2.5. Kamikaze 38 and Sir Ironbot are on the move, catching up to Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nibbit by 2.4 seconds. Kamikaze 38 in the Ferrari A12 Superfast is dueling with Surayanbot for 7th place. Meanwhile, Amin San in the Ferrari P45 is also part of this intense battle. Kamikaze 38 and Surayanbot are making a strong move, catching up to Hot Wheels Kit 01 and Nibit by reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Zygote 22 and Meyer are gaining on Arvale, shrinking the distance by 2.9 seconds. Zygote 22 and Meyer make a move up to P14, surpassing Arvale. Buchazero in the Rough RT12R and Hornets 1231 are locked in a tight battle with 801792 and Jared Mode 37 for the 18th position. The RUF RT12R is facing off against the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento in this intense competition. Kamikaze 38 and Surayanbot are making a move on Hot Wheels Kit 01 and Nibit, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Babardo and Karikari are on a mission, steadily closing in on Arvale with an impressive 45.5 second reduction in the gap. Meanwhile, Amin San is making moves, climbing up to P7 by overtaking Kamikaze 38 and Surayanbot. The pressure is on as Babardo and Karikari continue their pursuit of Arvale. Amin San is steadily gaining on Hot Wheels Kit 01 and Nibit, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Amin San from Team NAFH Gum Kings is making a move, catching up to Hot Wheels Kit 01 and Nibit by reducing the gap by 2.0. Meanwhile, Zygote 22 and Meyer are on the chase, narrowing down the distance to Edelbach and Laserloxt by 2.4. Whacked and Super LaCroix are making a move, catching up to Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007, reducing the gap by 2.5 units. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg are also on the hunt, closing in on Neighbor and Komodo 3K with a 2.5 unit gap reduction. Wayne 94 and PMN Cypher are making a strong move, catching up to Hubert 03 and Mukumbakum by reducing the gap by 2.7 seconds. Arvale from Team Blast has made a strong move, advancing to 14th place by overtaking Zygote 22 and Meyer in a swift maneuver. Whacked and Super LaCroix are making a move, catching up to Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007, reducing the gap by 2.8 seconds. Babardo and Karikari are showing impressive pace, closing in on Zygote 22 and Meyer by 5.4 seconds. Wayne 94 and PMN Cypher are also making gains on Whacked and Super LaCroix, narrowing the gap by 3.0 seconds. Babardo and Karikari continue their pursuit of Zygote 22 and Meyer, steadily reducing the gap by 5.4 seconds. 801792 and Jared Mode 37 have made a strong move, advancing to 17th place by overtaking Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are making a bold move as they rapidly catch up to Kamikaze 38 and Surian Bot, reducing the gap by 42.9 seconds. The competition is heating up as the race intensifies. One Serious Guy and Kyronax making a strong push, advancing to P9 by overtaking Kamikaze 38 and Surian Bot. Sidrek and Tornavi also making moves, now at P11 after passing Gary Z and ILSB Patrick. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit are gaining on Norgas 77, reducing the gap by 2.3. Aerofail is making moves on Gary Z and ILSB Patrick, closing the gap by 4.2. Wow, Wayne Train 94 making a comeback like that is impressive. Looks like we're in for an exciting finish with the pack getting closer. Let's see who comes out on top in the final laps. Aerofail is pushing hard, closing in on Gary Z and ILSB Patrick with a significant gain of 45.4 units. Meanwhile, Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit are inching closer to Norgas 77, narrowing the gap by 2.2 units. It's all about strategy and precision as the race progresses. Wagged and Super LaCroix taking the second position, passing Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher now in third, overtaking Hugert 03 and Newcomb Bockham. Amin Zed climbing to sixth, overtaking Norgas 77. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit are making gains on Hugert 03 and Newcomb Bockham, reducing the distance by 2.0 units. Meanwhile, Gary Z and ILSB Patrick have progressed to P12, surpassing Aerofail. Speaking of Aerofail, they are now in P13 after overtaking Sidrek and Tornavi. Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit are rapidly catching up to Hugert 03 and Newcomb Bockham, narrowing the gap by 46.4 units. Zygote 22 and Meyer are also on a charge, closing in on Sidrek and Tornavi with a 44.6 reduction in the gap. The competition is heating up as Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nipbit continue to close in on Hugert 03 and Newcomb Bockham by 46.4 units. Keep pushing, One Serious Guy. Maybe a bit of the old slipstream will help you get past that stubborn 24th place car. Who needs brakes anyway, right? Let's see some exciting racing out there. Hugert 03 and Newcomb Bockham are closing in on Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 2.6. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick have climbed to P11, surpassing Aerofail. Aerofail has advanced to P12, overtaking Edelbach and Lazilo XD. Zygote 22 and Meyer are gaining ground on Edelbach and Lazelogst, cutting the lead by 41.0 units. Wagged and Super LaCroix have advanced to first place, passing Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher. Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher are now in second place after overtaking Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007. Norgas 77 is making gains on Amin Sam, closing the gap by 2.7 seconds. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are catching up to Kamikaze 38 and Surian Bot, reducing the gap by 3.2 seconds. 801792 and Jared Mode 37 are closing in on Zygote 22 and Meyer, lessening the gap by 2.5 seconds. Hubert03 and Newcomb have advanced to P3, surpassing Okayaki 3 and Elajukes 007. Amin-san is gaining on Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit, reducing the distance by 2.6. Ishi1792 and Jared Mode 37 are catching up to Zygo 22 and Meyer, closing in by 2.6. Wayne Train 94 and the Unknown Cypher are now leading the pack, surpassing Wacht and Super LaCroix. Amin-san is steadily gaining on Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit, closing the distance by 3.4 seconds. Ishi1792 and Jared Mode 37 are catching up to Zygo 22 and Meyer, reducing the gap by 2.4 seconds. Hubert03 and Newcomb are gaining on Wacht and Super LaCroix, reducing the distance by 4.7 seconds. Smurf20 and Twix560 are now in P19 after passing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. Babardo and Karikari managed to hold off Smurf20 and Twix560 in the battle for 18th place. The Baton Mantai duo showed some solid defense against the Ferrari P45 team. Smurf20 and Twix560 advanced to 18th place, passing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 climbed to 19th place, surpassing Bucha0 and Hornets 1231. Bucha0 and Hornets 1231 move up to 20th place, overtaking Babardo and Karikari. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are catching up to Isolde Adar and Amy, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making a strong move, catching up to Isolde Adar and Amy by reducing the gap by 46.2 seconds. Amin-san from Team NAFH Gum Kings is also gaining ground on Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit, narrowing the distance by 2.4 seconds. The competition is heating up as Neighbor and Komodo 3K continue to close in on Isolde Adar and Amy with a significant decrease in the gap. Jump 073 and Lil Brunham are closing in on Babardo and Karikari, reducing the gap by 47.9 seconds. Nolgas 77 has gained ground, moving up to P6 by overtaking Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit. The chase is heating up as Jump 073 and Lil Brunham continue to put pressure on Babardo and Karikari. One Serious Guy and Kyronax are gaining on Hot Wheels Kid 01 and Nidbit, reducing the gap by 2.1 units. Jump 073 and Lil Brunham are closing in on Babardo and Karikari, shrinking the gap by 2.9 units. Ishi1792 and Jared Mode 37 are making gains, narrowing the distance to Edelbach and Laserloxt by 2.9. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are also showing strong performance, closing in on Isolde Adar and Amy by 2.0. Looks like there's some strategic pitching happening here. Who will come out on top after the pit stops? Let's see how this unfolds. Ishi1792 and Jared Mode 37 are making gains on Edelbach and Laserloxt, reducing the distance by 2.2 seconds. An exciting chase is unfolding. Bucha0 and Hornets 1231 have made moves up to 19th place, passing Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8 in the process. Babardo and Karikari are making a strong push, narrowing the gap by 46.2 seconds to Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8. Similarly, 801792 and Jared Mode 37 are steadily gaining ground on Edelbach and Laserloxt, reducing the gap by 3.3 seconds. The competition is heating up as Babardo and Karikari are relentlessly closing in on Dakota Snake and Okayaki 8, shaving off another 46.2 seconds from the gap. Nolgas 77 now occupies the 5th position, successfully passing Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nitbit. The duo of Hot Wheels Skid 01 and Nitbit has advanced to 6th place, overtaking Amin San from Team NAFH Gum Kings. 801792 and Jared Mode 37 are steadily gaining on Edelbach and Laserloxt, lessening the distance by 2.7 units. Kamikaze 38 and Surianbot are now in 9th place, passing One Serious Guy and Kyronax. Neighbor and Komodo 3K are making gains on Rizaldi Adar and Amy, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are on a charge, closing the gap on One Serious Guy and Kyronax by an impressive 44.6 seconds. Gary Z and ILSB Patrick are making a strong push towards One Serious Guy and Kyronax, reducing the gap by 4.6 seconds. 801792 and Jared Mode 37 have climbed to 14th place, overtaking Edelbach and Laserlow XD. The battle for 14th place is intense between 801792 and Jared Mode 37 in a Lamborghini Sesto Elemento and Edelbach and Laserlow XD in a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. Okayaki 3 and Alajukes 007 are gaining on Hugert 03 and Newcombotham by 2.0 units. Gary Z and Ilst Patrick are catching up to One Serious Guy and Kyronax by 2.3 units. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 are closing in on Zygote 22 and Meyer by 3.5 units. Zygote 22 and Meyer now in 16th place after passing Smurf 20 and Twix 560. Smurf 20 and Twix 560 advancing to 17th, overtaking 801792 and Jared Mode 37. Rady Zero, Active Vixen and Suzanne Greenberg closing in on Neighbor and Komodo 3K, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Bucha Zero and Hornets 1231 have advanced to 18th place, surpassing 801792 and Jared Mode 37 in the recent overtaking maneuver. Come on guys, let's see that heroic move for the podium. It's the final lap, anything can happen. Let's go. Hey there, One Serious Guy.